This video, I should say, is not to shame anyone. I feel like I've been living a lie. Aging is a gift that not everyone is given. I feel like I'm very much unapologetically myself, but when it comes to my appearance, I have totally fallen into what our culture forces women into. We are expected to fight and look like we are no older than 30 years old in any way. And I've lived the last 7 years in South Florida where like nothing is real.
I'm here sharing inspiring stories about fearless entrepreneurial women to help encourage you to live your life unapologetically. I'm your host, Heather Blankenship. Welcome to the Unapologetically Me podcast.
Today's episode is going to be a little bit different than what we're used to doing because it's a solo episode where I'm talking about something that has been really on the top of my mind lately. So I wanted to talk it through with you. And I want to start out by saying I cut my eyelash extensions off with a pair of scissors and bought a pair of reading glasses a few weeks. And this is what prompted this whole thing. I feel like I've been living a lie, but let me back up a minute so that you can get the full picture. I talk about being unapologetically myself or yourself. And while I have done that when it comes to business and entrepreneurship and teaching women how to take care of their finances, in all of those areas, I feel like I'm very much unapologetically myself. But when it comes to my appearance, I have totally fallen into what our culture forces women into. It makes women feel like they need to be forever 25 years old, that we can't age gracefully, that we need to be chasing that for literally our entire lives. It starts out when we're young because we see our moms coloring their hair and getting all these things done to themselves. We're literally fed this information in commercials and social media and all of the things, right? The level of which you go at it is kind of variant depending on probably your family, your culture, the area of the country you grew up in. And I've lived the last 7 years in South Florida where like nothing is real. No one's hair is real, nothing on their body is real. And this video, I should say, is not to shame anyone. Because if that makes you happy, do it. I'm blessed with super healthy hair and eyelashes and nails. And I found myself every 10 weeks needing to get my eyelash extensions filled. And don't get me wrong, I love the way they look. But every 10 days, like going to a beauty shop appointment, my hair grows so fast that I need it colored every 14 days to keep up the black hair. And then there's nails, right? I'm going to get those done every 2 weeks. I don't have time or desire to sit in a beauty shop this often, y'all. I'm a homeschool mom of 5 and I am super passionate about spending time with my kids and my husband and my business. I don't want to spend hours in a beauty shop, nor should I have to. And so this kind of like struggle back and forth in my head's been going on for quite a bit. And I just kind of snapped and was over it and cut the eyelash extensions off. Right now you can see I'm still wearing makeup, and I'm not saying that I'm giving up taking care of myself, but the extreme that which it's been taken to for me, it's just not sustainable anymore. So I am working on being unapologetically myself physically too. And I'm probably still gonna wear some makeup and probably get my eyebrows waxed, I'll get some pedicures, but I don't wanna be doing multiple hours of maintenance every week. I want to be okay with aging gracefully. And then I started going down this rabbit hole of thinking about the trends of women starting families a lot older than they used to. People used to have kids in their early 20s and it's gotten later and later. I have a ton of girlfriends having kids in their 40s. I personally, I have 5 kids. I had my last 2 in my 40s. I have a 1 and a 2-year-old. And I can remember in the final months of pregnancy, crying and thinking about there's a possibility I won't live long enough to see my youngest daughter have her own family, right? Think about it. If I had her at 40, she graduates high school when I'm like 58, maybe she goes to college, maybe she doesn't, I'm in my 60s. If she carries on this trend of having children older, will I be here? And so I read a book called Outlive, which I'll go back to in a second, but I should mention that before COVID, my family had 5 generations of women alive. So from the standpoint of genes, I should be in pretty good shape. So I've got the genes, but if I'm not being good to my body, I won't be around for that. So I started thinking about the different things, the procedures, the injections, the crash diets, the medications that women take, all of these things. What are they doing to our bodies for the long term? And will I be the healthiest version of myself if I do those things? Am I going to be around for my youngest daughter's grandkids for me to be a grandma to them? And I love love the relationship my kids have with my mom, and I'm grateful for the help she gives. I want to be that. That is so much more important than whether or not my hair's been colored, or do I have the latest, greatest fingernails and eyelashes, and we just don't know what those things are doing to us. And so I read this book. My women's coaching program did a 100-day challenge this summer, and I read a book called Outlive, and it was truly inspiring. You should totally read it. And it talks about how all the different environmental factors affect us and the things that you should be doing. And it really got me thinking about this health journey. And I eat great. I walk my steps. I'm making all these organic meals, but every 2 weeks, I'm coloring my hair, doing all the things we're talking about: hairs, nails, lashes, Botox, filler, right? Women in our culture just aren't allowed to age gracefully. We see it everywhere. We are expected to fight and look like we are no older than 30 years old in any way. So that starts with the Botox and fillers. I've even seen some women in the circle I'm in getting minor plastic surgeries on their face at 40 years old. And I don't mean like maybe they wanted a nose job or something, but like facelifts and corrections for aging. And now I want to be clear again, I'm not shaming anyone. It's simply to be real with y'all about how I've been feeling. And men, even though some of them do a few of these things, it's really okay for them to age gracefully. When we look at actors like Brad Pitt and George Clooney and Ryan Seahart, however you say his name, super famous realtor guy on the internet, they have gray hair and they look amazing and they're thought of as handsome and mature, not old. It's considered wisdom for them. So as we go into 2026, I am going to be unapologetically myself, physically also. You can see my hair starting to grow out. I'm in a phase, and I'm being honest with y'all, this isn't easy. It's hard to see my hair look like it needs to be colored. I actually think I'm comfortable now with the idea that it's going to be basically white in a few years. The grow out process, not my favorite. I've been wearing a lot of hats, then some hairstyles to try and accommodate it to make me feel okay with it. I took my lashes off. I took my nails off. I don't know how far it's going to go, but we'll see. But it's okay. I'm transforming right now. I want us to think of it as aging is a gift that not everyone is given. So I'm embracing it and giving God praise for letting me be here with my family. I'm curious. What are your thoughts on the topic? Let me know below.
Remember, authenticity is your superpower. Stay unapologetically yourself, and let's continue embracing our uniqueness together. Make sure you hit that follow button so you don't miss the next episode.